Yeah, there's been an absolute frenzy over this.
I don't know what it's worth, and I don't even want to think about that. You're not going to be disappointed if you find that treasure chest.
In 1988, Forrest Fenn, a local of Santa Fe, New Mexico, was diagnosed with cancer. Having lived a life of adventure, he wanted a way to leave his mark on the future. Now, Fenn was a collector and a trader of rare and precious valuables. He decided to pack up a collection of some of his precious items, including gold nuggets, rubies, diamonds, coins, and other valuables, put them in a chest, and set him off to hide them somewhere in the Rocky Mountains and die alongside it, leaving nothing but a poem as a guide to the treasure. The trouble was, he ended up getting better. So, he actually decided to go ahead with it anyway and hide the treasure. Since Ashley and I live in the Rockies, we decided to see what we could find. The poem is 24 lines long, and it goes like this. As I have gone alone in there, and with my treasures bold, I can keep my secret where and hint of riches new and old. Fenn says he spent years perfecting it, so though it might sound wordy, he's assured us it's all very intentional.
The poem in my book is something that I changed over and over again. I worked on that thing. I felt like an architect drawing that poem.
Within the poem, Fenn says that there are 9 clues. Now, debate is hot as to what those clues are, but most people will say they're contained within these 9 lines. Along with the poem, Fenn has released other clues, some of which include, it's somewhere in the Rocky Mountains, it's above 5,000 feet, it's not in Utah or Idaho, it's not in a graveyard, it's not buried, and it's not in a mine. Now these clues are really helpful, but they're not an exhaustive list of all the clues that he's given us over the years. And Forrest can get testy if you keep on pestering him for more clues.
You asked me that question the other day, and I told you I didn't want to answer it. Remember that?
Okay.
Made it to the top of Independence Pass, just over 12,000 feet, which means our gas mileage is probably horrendous right now. Can't even imagine.
Begin it where warm waters halt, and take it in the canyon down. Not far, but too far to walk. Put in below the home of Brown.
We're in the ghost town of St. Elmo, up in the mountains of Colorado, kind of just far away from everywhere. And I imagine that this place has been pretty thoroughly picked over by now, but you never know. So while I don't suspect that we'll find anything significant, it's still fun to just use this as a medium to explore new parts of Colorado and see more of the mountains. Yeah, Ash! Treasure!
It's this way? You think it's this way?
Well, what do you think we're doing here?
I thought we were just checking out St. Elmo.
No.
Oh.
We're here to find treasure.
I honestly thought we were just...
When asked why he would do this, Fenn has repeatedly said that one of the main reasons was to help bring families closer together and to motivate more people to get outside and enjoy the outdoors. In fact, many hunters in search of the treasure will often tell you that even though they didn't find the treasure, they're not leaving entirely empty-handed. So all these houses have been labeled with a placard in the front of it that tells you the name of the family that used to live here. So my hope is that one of them will say Brown, and then bam, that'll be the home of Brown.
This place would make so much sense.
Well, the sad truth is, I'm sure there are a lot of places across the Rockies that would make lots of sense.
Couldn't you just see like there's a family named Brown or some Brown something, some guy with the last name of Brown who lived here?
Yeah, I could. That could be the case across a couple different ghost towns. Maybe we're not even looking for an actual house.
But this is like semi-well known, this area is, you know?
Yeah, but does he want that? Looks like that was formerly the town saloon.
Do you see they said that the mayor of this town was a dog?
What?
Yeah, but she died.
Actually, just got some critical details from the manager at the general store.
He said, down on 292 in Iron City, the old superintendent of a mine, his last name was Brown. And he goes, are you following that poem?
Did he just like smile as soon as you asked him?
Maybe.
I wonder if they get a ton of people coming through here for that.
I asked him, I said, do you get a lot of people asking you that question? And he goes, a decent amount.
That's hilarious.
I thought we were the only ones.
No, girl. But at least we know that we're on the trail.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we are.
We're getting close.
We're on to you.
We're on to you, Fenn. You're totally getting hyped about this. We followed the instructions of that guy at the general store, which led us to the home of the Brown family. Dun, dun, dun.
This is the kind of thing I think would be like the home of Brown, because it's not some obscure, abstract thing. Like, people keep coming up with all this crazy crap about it. And I'm like, no, it's gotta be like
brown bear habitat.
Yeah, no, like, I don't think he doesn't want anyone to find it. So this makes way more sense to me.
And I'll bet that they pulled some heavy loads out of the mountain. Heavy loads. All right, now what's the deal with water high?
There'll be no paddle up your creek, just heavy loads and water high. If you've been wise and found a blaze, look quickly down your quest to cease. But tarry scant with marvel gaze, just take the chest and go in peace.
So now we're looking for a blaze of some kind.
A blade?
A blaze. Blaze. All right, as far as I can tell, this matches all of the criteria.
Yeah.
Home of Brown, wood, near water. That's not part of the poem, but those are other clues that he's given. Now we just gotta find the blaze. From what we saw, I think we could justify everything except for the blaze.
Can't find a blaze.
The trail went cold at the blaze. I think this is a good spot to keep looking though. Just not today. Now we gotta get home and start taking care of normal life. Maybe save this hunt for another time if it's not found by then.
That's not even like, I'll be like, wow, this is a cool treasure, that's awesome. But it's more like I just want to know where you put it, you know?
Yeah. It's like you just want to solve the puzzle.
That's it.
The thing is, there are probably a lot of places where a good number of the clues line up. Like people have scoured Yellowstone and are absolutely convinced it's Yellowstone because of the ranger station and the Quake Lake and things like that. Like, there is enough evidence to make a strong case for a lot of places. I think we got pretty close. I felt it in my gut. My gold sense was tingling.
Yeah, I think we were.
So obviously we did not find the treasure, but while we were looking, I couldn't help but think about what a good time I was having. I was exploring the outdoors with my wife, foraging creeks and rivers, balancing across logs, taking detours, seeing new things, all because of the possibility of finding literal treasure. There's something about the search for buried treasure in the outdoors that taps straight into everyone's childhood. So even if you come home and you're not $1 or $2 million richer, how can you complain about that? Whether you find the gold or not, you still end up richer in the process.
So why is it that I must go and leave my trove for all to seek? The answers I already know. I've done it tired and now I'm weak. So hear me all and listen good. Your effort will be worth the cold. If you are brave and in the wood, I give you title to the gold.